City.
All right. You ready to talk?
What do we want to talk
You
about?
want to talk turkey a little bit?
Turkey.
Let's get a little...
Like a real turkey?
No. You see what happened in the state of Arizona today?
I did not. I was too busy with the murders.
Okay, the state of Arizona today started removing containers off the border.
Oh.
Yeah, they have containers. They took storage containers and they put them along the border because the fence wasn't done.
Really?
Right, because of the Title 42 ending and the border being open and up because of the COVID, COVID restrictions, all that's being lifted. It cost them $80 million to put these containers on the border.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, it's cost them $75 million to take them back.
Why are they going to take them out?
Well, because there was a federal lawsuit filed by the U.S. Justice Department claiming that there was environmental concerns with the national forest that was nearby.
You know that's some bullshit.
You heard that correctly.
That's some bullshit.
I can repeat that if you want me to, but that is why.
That's some bullshit.
Environmental concerns, okay? All right. And by the way, dumbass from the White House, he's headed to the border now. He's finally gonna head down there and have a look.
Here, I did see an article today. I think it was today or yesterday, where it said Biden admits there's a problem at the border.
Well, I think it's all political move. He's going down there to shut everybody up because the GOP uses it as a soundbite, against the Democrats. Why haven't you been to the border? Why haven't you been to the border? Why haven't you been to the border? I think the only reason he's going so they can quit. They're not going to be able to say why didn't you go to the border? I've been to the border.
I'm surprised he didn't go to Canada. Like he said, go to the border.
Well, wait a minute now. He ain't there yet, so let's just give it some time. I don't know. They might tell him he's going on they entered him in a fishing rodeo down in Arizona.
He's horrible.
It's awful. It is, and the fentanyl deaths have gone through the roof. The seizures in 1 month have tripled down on the border.
Oh, I heard
it's
that.
Wide open. There's thousands crossing every day, and all the Democrats see is fucking votes.
Well,
that's all they see.
What I heard was that I guess years ago it was 30,000 people a year would die from fentanyl. I think it was fentanyl. Now it's over 100,000.
Yeah, we're talking over a ton in 30 days.
Yep.
Their season. All right, now that's just what their season. And you know how these cartels work. They flood the border with shipments, and whatever gets through, good deal. They expect a certain amount of loss at the border, and they expect a certain amount to be seized, but then what doesn't get seized makes it through. And not only that, now not only the fentanyl killing Americans by the thousands, now they're involved in human trafficking.
Oh,
now they're involved. Now you get
a lot of money.
Now they pay, and they'll take you to the border. Now and they are salivating down there. They are making so much money out of there. It's absolutely pathetic. And nobody batting an eye up here, but certain Republicans are batting an eye about this border situation.
What do you think of? I saw this too. I can't remember what House of Representative guy for the government said it, but he recommended that we do targeted airstrikes in Mexico against the cartel.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think that we need to get the government involved. The Mexican government needs to be involved. We need to start fighting this on the other side as well.
Don't you think they're getting their pockets lined too?
It's absolutely.
So why they want to hurt? Why they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them?
Well, so then there we go. Therein lies the solution. Right there. We got to take care of the problem ourselves. We've got to shut that down there. Look, I don't have a problem with anybody coming here.
Me neither.
Not one problem whatsoever.
Nope.
But do it the right way.
I agree.
We got athletes being restricted from coming to the country to play professionally.
Oh, yeah, you told me this. This is crazy.
Because of a COVID shot. But yet we got thousands and thousands of unvaccinated immigrants crossing the southern border every day.
So
every day.
What was this guy? He's a tennis player, right?
Djokovic. Yeah, he's a tennis player. He's playing. He can't come stateside because he's not vaccinated. And the United States is they put restrictions on travel in the United States. If you come into the United States, you've got to be vaccinated with the COVID vaccine.
So then he's
not going to do it.
So he should just go to Mexico and come across the border.
They just go down to Mexico, get in line, come across, and fuck everybody.
Yep. Then he
Why
can
not?
play. Why not?
They liable to give him fucking money. They'll give him fucking benefits too.
They give him benefits.
Here's a medical card. Here, good luck in that tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
And then win the fucking prize money and go home.
If you pull a muscle, we got you.
Yeah, you get sick, come on back over. You're covered.
You can't make it up, dude.
You cannot make this shit up. And it's beyond belief. And then it's totally ignored in Washington. Like there's no fucking problem at all.
I will say this: at some point, it might be in our lifetimes. I will say 100% in my son's lifetime. The day of reckoning will come with the national debt.
Oh, that's coming.
So
Absolutely.
sooner or later,
all right,
we're gonna need. Now, here's what we're gonna need for a president.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna need the grumpy old man, dad, right? The grumpy dad that has to tell every American we have no money to pay for any of these programs.
No more.
So they're all done.
No more.
Because we are so far in debt. If we don't pay it, right, milk's going to be $25 a gallon.
Well, who the fuck you think's paying for all these people coming across down there now? Who's feeding them? We are.
Debt.
We're feeding them.
Debt.
We're feeding them.
The debt we take on feeds them.
The money is just pouring down there. It's how'd you like to live down there, Phil? How'd you like to own a ranch in Arizona and be worried at 3 a.m. somebody's trying to kick in your fucking door?
That'd be horrible.
And it's going on right now as we speak.
I believe it.
All right, and
it's probably not just there.
How about this? How many terrorists you think crossed the southern border so far?
That freaking.
How many international terrorists do you think crossed that border down there?
A lot. That super liberal in California said the same thing. We have a huge problem at our border.
What, Pelosi?
No, Newsom.
Oh, Newsom.
Newsom. He's
all right.
He's on a whole different world.
There's a huge. It's getting. Look, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm telling you, we're getting to crucial emergency level situations at the southern border. It is totally out of hand. Not only do you have people dying, all right, but they have no help. They're totally understaffed. They're putting up tent cities, and they're letting them come over by the thousands. Okay,
I agree.
And not everybody coming across that border has a heart the same as you do.
Correct.
So come on, man. This is a dangerous time for our country, and the only thing the other side sees is votes. It's votes.
What we need is common sense politics, which honestly has eluded both parties for a long time.
I don't know if I've ever seen common sense politics in my lifetime.
Common sense, like common sense decisions, like this is good for everybody. Let's do this. You know, making everybody come through the border the right way is good for everybody. Let's do that. You know?
Yeah, I understand. The whole point is the Mexican cartels are they're salivating right now. It's absolutely salivating.
Oh.
The money's coming in by the millions, and nobody's blinking a fucking eye.
It's been like that forever. Remember we had the war on drugs?
Oh, no. The border was never this easy to cross.
No, but you remember we had the war on drugs.
How'd that
go?
It didn't get, well, you can't fight it.
No,
they got unlimited resources, so you're not going to fight the war. The war on drugs, there was no war to begin with.
No, it's a joke.
There was no war. It was a campaign promise. It was. All right. It was a myth.
It was. All right. You remember the commercial?
I mean, God love her. They tried, but
Nancy Reagan. Yeah, Nancy Reagan. Remember the slogan?
Yeah.
This is your brain.
Or no, just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no.
And then that commercial.
The frying egg. Yeah.
The frying egg. This is your brain. Yeah. This is your brain on drugs. And they drop the egg in the frying pan.
But now, you know, it's completely out of control. The country's not only flooded with illegitimates, but it's flooded with deadly drugs, and who knows how many international terrorists have come across.
The problem is that they're not going to fix it.
They got to shut it down.
Nobody's going to fix it, bud.
Well, then we're in trouble.
I mean, they may go back to. I mean, there's still going to be people coming across. I mean, and they may go back to a time where the policy is, hey, you still need to go through, but you know. Probably like what they did when Obama was in there.
You know, if they're gonna let it open down there, like they're gonna let it open now, like it is wide open, then we need to do an Ellis Island type situation where we build a huge complex down there, and everybody that comes into the country goes through that complex.
It's kind of what they're doing.
They're not.
Well, no, they're just running across.
They're not doing it.
Hopping on vehicles and away they go.
You went through quarantine periods and everything at Ellis Island before you was even released out into the city. All right,
that's true.
You had to you stayed on the island until you were cleared.
Yeah, That's true.
So if you're going to let them pour in by the thousands like they did back in the 30s, like they did in New York City, which is totally understandable. I don't have a problem with that. Then let's get it set up and let's do this the right way. We got to have accountability. We got to have
you got to see if you're a criminal.
we got. That's what I'm meaning about accountability.
Because they're not just coming from Mexico, dude. They're coming from all kinds of countries.
They're coming from all over the countries down there. Yeah, they're crossing the Mexican border to get here.
Any third world country
Is rolling up in there, and they're rolling in the southern border.
That's where they're coming through.
That's how they're getting in.
Which, again, I still think with the way politics are, you're either far right or far left, and there's nobody in the middle. So we need a whole bunch of people in the middle with some common sense.
Right. When the bottom line here is also, folks, and it's just my opinion, if the wall would have been completed, we wouldn't have the problem we have at the southern border that as it stands right now. It got shut down. He took office. He completely shut down construction. He shut down everything. There were parts of the wall that wasn't even done yet that were just shut down. It's wide open. Nobody's watching.
It's not. Yeah, that's.
It's like me walking into the neighbor's yard next door.
So it's not just the wall. Like they didn't finish the wall. They didn't finish the wall. They tied the hands on the border there's your staffing problem. And they have no. It's a combination of things.
They have no
just
powers.
The wall. There's a
bunch. My point being is, if the wall was built, we wouldn't have the problems we have at the southern border as we speak today. We wouldn't have those.
I don't think it'd be as bad, but
it would not.
I still think we'd have problems.
Well,
do you know why I say that?
You're not going to totally ever erase the southern border problem. No, but you can regulate the problem. You can slow the flow.
You can slow it, but it's still going to happen.
So therein lies the problem. There's the border situation as far as I'm concerned, and nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
They're not. And he's going down there. All that's a political move. It's
and you'll probably see him do if he comes out with lip service. What do you call it? What is it when they just sign a executive directive?
Oh, executive order.
Yeah, you might see him do an executive order saying, "Hey, we're going to start doing this now at the border."
It's all lip service.
That's all that is.
It's all lip service.
And that's all it is.
And it's like they go into these poor neighborhoods when they campaign and they talk, and then they forget all about them when they get elected.
You know
it's
what?
No damn different.
Part of me makes me think that they want them here. Do you know why?
It's votes, for one.
It's one, but you know why else? One of the main factors. So baby boomers, right?
Yeah, I know.
They're all retiring.
Yeah, they are.
And that's what's killing the workforce mainly right now.
That's another story for another time.
But it is. So you don't have enough population coming behind them.
I can agree. But
to A, pay taxes,
right.
B,
nope.
right?
Right.
To B, take up the lower, how do you put it?
Well, I can partly agree with you.
The lower end jobs.
Yeah, there's nobody coming behind the boomers to fill the shoes.
Correct.
Nobody wants to do that anymore.
Nobody wants to do the bare minimum jobs.
Nobody wants that anymore.
So when you open the floodgates, you just got a couple million people who are going to do all that without a problem. Which is true.
That's partly true. Yeah, they'll take those low wage jobs. They will. They'll take the bare necessity job. Absolutely, immigrants have done that for years. They pick our apples. They pick our strawberries.
Yep. And then you'll have a few who rise way up. A lot of them. Some of them will.
You can't let them come. You can't let them come over the border like they're doing by the thousands every day and unregulated.
No, but I think they want it.
Well, sure they want it. That's why they're not doing anything about it.
They want it. It's by design. They want that to happen.
Absolutely, they want it. That's why the whole damn thing got shut down in the first place.
Correct. They want
chaos.
They want it.
Chaos.
I agree.
All right.
Partially.
Well, you're supposed to partially agree.
Thanks for watching. If you could go to YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost nothing and helps with the algorithm. Thanks again.